Hey, what it do, YouTube? Welcome back to the Political Black Guy channel. I'm Mo the Mayor. Before we start this video, please do me a favor, ensure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Your support would be really appreciated. Man, why does this politician have the Republican Party so spooked? Who is he? Where did he come from? And is it his aura, his charisma, or his no-nonsense politics? I don't know, but sometimes you don't need a superhero, you need a boogeyman.
Governor Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom will
Gavin Newsom.
Advise Gavin Newsom.
California Governor Gavin Newsom.
Hey man, say his name and he shall appear. Gavin Newsom is the current Democratic governor in California who has taken the political scene by storm. And let me tell you, every chance I get, I'm a glaze. He could be just the spark the Democratic Party needs because he holds no punches and ducks no smoke. He has sat down in countless 1 hour long interviews with notable Republican names like Sean Hannity and Charlie Kirk. In the past 6 months, he has been making a lot of noise, and most recently because he has taken a page from President Trump's book and began trolling on Twitter, which has sent the Republican Party into a frenzy.
The other thing for me is that for the last week, Gavin Newsom, and why am I giving him advice? You have to stop it with the Twitter thing. I don't know where his wife is. If I were his wife, I would say, "What? You are making a fool of yourself. Stop it. Do not let your staff tweet. And if you're doing it yourself, put the phone away and start over. And if you really, he's got a big job as governor of California, but if he wants an even bigger job, he has to be a little bit more serious."
The visual style of the quintessential Trump post. There's the retweet of buff Gavin Newsom holding an American flag, or maybe the real winner, a portrait of himself surrounded by Kid Rock, Tucker Carlson, and Hulk Hogan. Newsom's social media campaign is clearly getting under the skin of many on the right.
I don't know what he's trying to do, but it comes across as childish. And you're the governor of the biggest state in the union. What are you doing?
This is a sitting governor. You know, those are Congress people. And it feels like we're watching a summer camp skit. We're watching slam poetry. We're watching these attention seekers that are just so wrapped up in clickbait, and they are supposed to be governing.
Have you ever told the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America to stop? Have you ever told the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America that they need to be more serious, to act like it's cool when Trump do it, but it's a problem when Gavin does it? Knock it off.
So who is Gavin Newsom? Governor Newsom graduated from the University of Santa Clara, where he obtained a degree in poli-sci. He has spoken about him probably not being able to attend college if he did not receive a scholarship for baseball. After graduating from Santa Clara, he moved on to start a venture capitalist company where he opened over 20 successful businesses. From there, he moved on to become mayor of San Francisco from the years of 2004 and 2011, where he served 2 terms. After that, he was elected to be lieutenant governor of California, where he went from 2011 to 2019. And from 2019 until the date of this video, he is currently the governor of California. So if you look at it, his stats are basically padded.
Here we are, in open and plain sight, before one vote is cast in the 2026 midterm election. And here he is once again trying to rig the system. He doesn't play by a different set of rules. He doesn't believe in the rules.
So why are Republicans afraid of a Gavin Newsom? So currently at this time, poll numbers favor Gavin Newsom 25%, outpacing Kamala Harris 19% in a run for presidency. And currently, 75% of Democrats are excited for a Gavin Newsom run for president. This poses a threat to the Democratic Party because, one, Gavin Newsom is charismatic, good looking, and 6'4", and for some reason, height and presidency is appealing to voters. And if you think about it, Trump has basically monopolized the Republican Party. you don't really know who has the spotlight to be next up in 2028, with him only being able to run for 2 terms. I mean, you could think of J.D. Vance, Ron DeSantis, or Nikki Haley, but they aren't making any noise. Controversial publicity is better than no publicity. And if you don't believe me that Gavin Newsom is a threat, I'm gonna read you some stats offline. So currently at this time, with him being governor, California has had a 7.8% GDP growth, making it one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Currently across America, 25.6% of jobs come from California. California is the 4th largest economy, surpassing Japan and the UK, and it's actually knocking on the door of China and even its own nation, the US. So basically at this time, he's already running his own country. He promotes, and 95% of Californians have health care under the Med-Cal, making it free and low cost for low-income families. So Republicans are scrambling. They're trying to defame him in the news and downplay his accomplishments. So let's see what happens, man.
Wake up, America. Wake up to what Donald Trump is doing. Here he is once again trying to rig the system. He doesn't believe in the rules. We can't stand back and watch this democracy disappear district by district. We have got to meet fire with fire. We're asking the voters for their consent to do midterm redistricting to level the playing field all across the United States.
The Republican Party has been bullying the scene for the past 9 years because Democrats have been trying to play softball in 2025. And at every turn, Republicans have undermined the rules, from stacking the Supreme Court with conservative judges, overturning Roe v. Wade, slashing federal jobs, rolling back environmental regulations, targeting DEI, having the National Guard policing in American states, incentivizing ICE to raid schools, courthouses, and churches, masked up, snatching parents away from their children and sending them away from a country that they've known for 20 plus years and have made a life. While Democrats just sit back and let it happen. But now, in this moment, the spooky man is knocking on the Republicans' door.
You want to bring us back to a pre-1960s world, America in reverse. You want to roll back hard-earned national rights on voting rights, on civil rights, on LGBTQ rights, on women's rights, not just access to abortion, but also access to contraception. You want to weaponize grievance. You are focusing on false separateness. You in particular, Ron, are on a banning binge, a cultural purge, intimidating and humiliating people you disagree with. You and President Trump are really trying to light democracy on fire. So,
Governor, great opening statement, but it did not address the issue. Can you explain this migration out of California and going to red state, blue state?
Well, hold on. You mean the last 2 years, more Floridians going to California than Californians going to Florida?
No, I put up on the
by the way, that's going to be fun to fact check. So we'll just start right there. California has no peers. California dominates, sizable 21 state populations combined. It's the 5th largest economy in the world. We dominate, #1 manufacturing state. We dominate in two-way trade and research and development, access to innovation, more scientists, more researchers, more engineers, more Nobel laureates in the state of California than any other state in the nation, the finest system of higher education. It's the birthplace of life science and biotech and nanotechnology. We dominate in green tech. We dominate in high tech. We dominate in artificial intelligence. So with respect, I think it's an interesting campaign strategy for Ron DeSantis to be bashing a state of 40 million Americans when California simply has no peers.
So Gavin Newsom hasn't really expressed much interest in running in the 2028 presidential election. I think he's the guy. How do you feel? Because he currently has his opposition running for the hills, trying to get ahead of his run for president. even people in his own party like Stephen A. Smith, who has expressed some little interest in running in 2028. He has been taking shots at him on his YouTube channel, but just like Democrats, they just let anybody run in the primary. If you have made it this far, be sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Mo the Mayor, and this is the Political Black Guy channel. How do you feel? What does 2028 hold for Gavin Newsom? Do you think he's presidential?
As an electoral strategy, I'm termed out. That's not the issue. The politics here is compassion. The politics is purpose.
You may be termed out here, but does cleaning up the streets of California factor into a potential presidential run?
I'm never going to overpromise that in the short run. I mean, we are struggling in this state.
You're not answering my question.
Homelessness. No, housing and homelessness.
People suggest that cleaning up California streets could be part of a larger political strategy for you.
I think that's table stakes. I think that's just the foundational responsibility of anyone that gets into my position. That's the day job. It's not about some grand ambition. Absolutely not.
Is that a yes or a no?
That was a never-ending response to your question.